Coffey Break. Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Hello Gino, how you doing my friend? I've come out of the city today and I'm in one of my favourite towns. This is Port Alfred. This incredible town, which as you know is just up the coast from Port Elizabeth, was actually founded as far back as the 1820 when a man named Lord Charles Somerset, who was the Cape Governor at the time, encouraged people to settle in this region. In fact, it's based around this, the Coffey River. And in fact, back in the day, it actually wasn't even called Port Alfred. It was two different towns. Over on the east bank, that was known as Port Francis. Here, on the west bank, this was known as Port Coffey. And it was only in 1860, when the arrival of Prince Alfred, Queen Victoria's son, in South Africa, that he decided to change the name. But I love this town. It's got a real holiday vibe, but also have a look at the scene here. There's no better place in winter than come to Port Alfred. So listen, have a great day and we'll catch up soon.
So let's get going with Sandy's Coffey Break. Ooh, welcome to the show. Now it's your turn to shine. We're gonna have a lekker chat tonight. Another good time.
Soll ich die mitnehmen? Willst du denn hin?
Ich muss zur Mittelstraße.
Ja, dann komm rein, bei dir hin.
Sehr nett.
Ja, gerne. Das ist ja viel zu weit zum Laufen hier. Das ist alles so groß, so weit weg.
Und was machst du so bei Volkswagen?
Ich arbeite im Markenhochhaus.
Da vorne kannst du mich schon wieder rauslassen. Danke dir.
Passt rein, gerne. Schönen Tag, ne?
Ebenso. Bis dann. Ciao.
Entschuldigung,
Ja?
ich kenne mich hier überhaupt nicht aus. Kannst du mir sagen, wie ich zur Halle 8 komme?
Ja, ich eigentlich auch nicht, aber kann man ja mal gucken, ne? Ja, das ist ganz einfach. Du läufst bis zum Kraftwerk, dann links, bis du auf die Mittelstraße kommst und dann ist es schon auf deiner Seite.
Ach super,
Ja?
vielen Dank, du hast mir echt
Ja, gerne.
geholfen. Ist mein erster Tag
Ja,
heute.
meine auch. Viel Glück.
Ach, hallo Thomas, wo bist du
Hi,
ja?
Gino.
Just in time. Ich habe dir den Text nochmal ausgedruckt.
Das ist nett, danke.
Du wirst gleich nochmal gepudert.
Ah.
Und dann haben wir dir auf dem Fußboden eine kleine Klebeposition geklebt. Dann kannst du direkt durchgehen und direkt anfangen.
Dass ich mich nicht verlaufe, wunderbar.
Genau. Wir
Vielen
sehen uns
Dank.
gleich.
Ja, bis gleich. Hallo. Ja, danke. Mal da. Danke sehr.
Thomas.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to PE.
Oh,
It's a long time since you've been here. I know, it's fantastic. And I completely love that video. How did that concept happen? I've never seen that before, that somebody gets introduced in a new position in that way.
Now we shot 2 videos. One was leaving Skoda. I showed my successor around town and gave him the keys to the office and the cars. And then we shot one on the other side in Wolfsburg, arriving. And obviously, this town needs some juicing up. They're too stiff. So I got to make them a little bit more relaxed.
I'm quite sure you did that, but it was such a brilliant concept. And I loved the way that it went all over social media. It was just beautiful and well done. And also, congratulations.
Oh, yeah,
1st of July, you got CEO, VW passenger car brand, member of the Volkswagen AG board of management in charge of brand group volume. How's it going?
Yeah, full schedule.
Schedule. And thanks for taking the time out for tonight.
No, it's been interesting couple of months, but now I'm finally in the position, and it looks bigger from the outside.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So, if you had to explain your job, your day-to-day job, to a 12-year-old, what is your job?
You got to play with toys that other people pay a lot of money for. No, we make beautiful cars and sell them. Now at the moment we don't have enough, so it's a bit of a problem.
Well, it's a good problem, right?
Yeah, not really. We are in real stress because of the semiconductor shortage, COVID, and the war in the Ukraine. So the supply chains have been interrupted severely. Big lockdown in China. We had a couple of months now that China was completely locked down, specifically around Shanghai. And we're feeling this. So we had a lot of stoppages, production that had to be canceled. We've got almost like a 2-year waiting list for cars. It's unbelievable.
Sure, that is
not good.
unbelievable.
It's not good for the customers. No,
No, it's not. Nobody wants to wait 2 years for a car.
No. So we're trying to speed it up again.
I'm sure you'll do it. So talking about when, to a 12-year-old, what were you like as a 12-year-old?
I was not, I was like average in school, was rather large child at the time still. No, I was, had a bit of a weight issue there, which I lost about 13, 14. Yeah. It's, dark past. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden that went away, and luckily it never came back. And I as a kid I actually liked going to school, but wasn't particularly brilliant. And so eventually made it through school into work.
So it's kind of like you reinvented an adult Thomas.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, so what would you say to that 12-year-old now?
Don't stress, just, go with the flow, be curious, be flexible. Life changes so fast that, if you can't adapt, you're making a mistake, betting everything on one card, I guess. Everything changes so fast, especially at the moment around us. So you can only teach kids to stay flexible and, learn, unlearn, relearn.
Adapt.
Yeah, adapt is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. So, what is one common myth about your job?
Common myth about my job? I don't know what people say about the job. Probably think that I'm permanently under stress, and running around day in, day out. It's pretty full, but it's not like that. You also have some periods where you can sit down and put a thought together. But It's not all high flying. Some of the problems are pretty simple. You would wonder why adults have to talk about it, but especially in a boardroom. But there's usually simple solutions that bring us forward.
Which makes me realize why you're in the job that you're in, because you have that point of view, which is amazing.
Just it's all people. No? It's all human issues usually. You know, if you get together and you usually find, if you want to find a solution, you find a solution. If not, then you don't.
You're a mechanical engineer. You became one in 1994. And what drew you to the automotive industry?
After matric, I wasn't quite sure what to do. I was looking at all sorts of, in Germany you can do, like training that is not university based. You can still make a career without going to university and all that. So I was considering a few avenues. Wasn't really sure until one day I saw an advertising in the daily newspaper that was offering a special type of studying in southern Germany. Now there's a way you can study that is funded by corporates, big corporates, Mercedes, Bosch, the likes, and the model is super hard 3 years. In the 3 years they pay you for the studying full time, but you also you do 3 months of studying flat out, like from 7 in the morning till 11 at night, and then 3 months of practical. So you go into the company that employs you.
That's amazing.
And you learn all sorts of stuff also from stuff like presentation skills and all stuff that you need actually for your work life. And after 3 years, you're done and you've got a job for sure. And I thought that's a cool idea.
That's a cool idea, yeah.
Quick, and so, and they took me on. So I started with Mercedes in 94, doing that. No, nonsense, 91. Sorry, 91. Was finished in 94.
Yeah, you finished in 94, yeah. Thomas, what do you love about the automotive industry?
Yeah, look, it's the products that are exciting, fast changing, the technology. I always wonder, how you excite yourself, if you don't work in that industry, like if you make, I don't know, nappies or, you always have
rather make cars.
Yeah, I mean, cars are exciting. You can, I started actually in the truck and bus business, with Daimler, and then I went out of it pretty quickly because it didn't have that touch and feel, and did a familiarity with the product.
Yeah.
As a boy, you want to play with cars, So I always laugh when people within our company ask us, how do we motivate the people to stay with us, and staff retention. I don't know what else you want to do, and get good pay, and you get to play in an adult playground here.
Certainly, with some fun toys.
Yeah.
What car do you drive?
At the moment, ID4, which is the Volkswagen electric car, the one that I was driving into
on
the car.
The WOB, whatever it was called.
Yeah, that's the coupe version, the ID5, but I'm pretty similar one. The front ID4, it's full electric, about 500 kilometer range. Cool car to drive. Very cool.
So obviously David wants me to ask you about electric cars in South Africa.
Yeah. What are you now on? Load shedding stage 6.
But I mean, electric cars are the future, aren't they?
Yeah, there's no way of turning back. We expect within Europe, first of all, Europe will ban electric cars. Will ban ICE vehicles, combustion engine, by 2035. So by 2030, which is 8 years from now, or 7 and a bit, there won't be any electric cars. All cars are basically developed either for Europe or for the US, the American brands, or some are for China. That's it.
Yeah.
No other cars are developed for Africa or whatever. So if that all goes away in the 3 main countries, then Africa will also change latest. And you will also, and you see some countries are actually leapfrogging. They're really developing faster than you would think. India, by the way, at the moment, everybody said, forget it. They're going to be combustion engine until 2050. They're pushing in the last 9 months, things have exploded there, no, in the electric vehicle. But technology is also developing quicker and is more usable. No, 500-kilometer range, 25 minutes charge. No, that's really doable. And
Yeah, that's very accessible.
yeah, and South Africa would be good for a lot of green energy, if you wanted to. It's just a bit of a political struggle there, I guess. So you'll get there. I promise you. I was always very frustrated, to be honest, that South Africa would not develop this stronger and more definitely as a strategy. No, South Africa has everything that you need. You've got nickel, you've got manganese. No, I mean PE harbor. We tried to get the freaking manganese dump out of the harbor forever. This is what you need. It's one of the main ingredients for the battery. You would need a couple of car batteries in South Africa. It would create. We just opened the first gigafactory in Germany here today. I just come back from the launch event, the groundbreaking. It creates incredible jobs. No, it is.
Oh, wow.
It's the future. I'm sorry. No, I don't get why South Africa doesn't push harder on it. It would be very easy to do.
I think after you've done you come back, right?
Okay.
We need you.
Okay.
So, what fascinates you in your life? What's a fascinating subject for you? What fascinates you?
I'm fascinated by geopolitics. I'm really interested in, countries and interconnections, trade. I was very, Africa. We did a lot of work with Dave in Africa, where it always interested me from the history to the current sort of movements in between the countries. At the moment, we obviously see that tremendous development between US and China, where all of a sudden two spheres are emerging, that are completely separated. The Americans are moving out of China. The Chinese are sort of like really covering themselves into their own sphere, including now Russia and all the countries that nobody else wants to play with. And then you have on the other side, you got the Americans who are now lining up with Europe again, and it's bad. It's actually for the world, it's bad. Wait for the moment when the first TVs are stopped being sent from China. You'll be surprised how expensive TVs get and stuff. Global trade is great and it's important. It gave us so much freedom and quality of life. To take this away again is so I'm very interested in this, and also trying to influence it as best as I can.
I love the way that you keep using the word play. It's such a wonderful part of you. You keep, you use the word play a lot, which I think is fantastic for a corporate person, because, it's deemed to be quite serious. But, there's a lot of play in your life. I like that. Thomas, what do you think is your greatest strength?
Bringing people together, building teams. I don't know what it is, but I usually I also seem to calm people down in meetings. When it was in my family, it was already like that. When I grew up, whenever it was chaos, I usually calmed the farm down. And even here now, bringing people together, looking for win-win and the sort of bigger picture. That seems to work quite well.
It's a fantastic skill. Yeah. So describe yourself in 3 words.
3 words. Patient, global, balanced.
And how does Wendy describe you in 3 words?
She'd probably say loyal, maybe adventurous, and funny, I would say.
I would probably second that.
Okay.
So what does your Sunday morning look like?
Sunday morning? I get my wife some coffee. Then
only on Sundays or every day? Well,
I'm at the moment only home on the weekends, so
okay.
I don't know who else brings the coffee, but this is certainly not me. No. But on a Sunday, if I'm home on a Saturday, but on a Sunday, we've got 2 little dogs, 2 Maltese. They get some cuddles, and then have some breakfast, take the dogs for a walk, do some sport.
Cool, nice and chilled.
Nothing-
Restorative.
Try not to work. Always got this urge to quickly look at some emails and stuff, but try not to.
There is an urge, I know.
Yeah.
What's the last thing you searched on Google?
I searched for, there's a device that you can buy in Germany. It's called Oh No.
Oh no.
No. And it looks like an egg, and you put it in your car, connects with your cell phone, and it tells you exactly where the speed traps are.
Oh no, we like that. Can
It's
you please
fantastic.
take a
It
message
works.
of that?
It works unbelievably well. It is like on the millimeter. And when you get that, after that, no more speed tickets.
Okay, we want that. Can we put that in every Volkswagen car we buy?
Costs you 60 euros. Don't know what the rand looks like at the moment, but
Not very good.
not good, huh?
Yeah, but it's
Anyway,
cheaper than
bad.
it's cheaper than 10 fines.
That is true. In Germany, they actually take it seriously. You know, they after 2 counts, you walk. They take your license for a month.
No ways.
Not so funny.
Cheapers.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be walking everywhere. So, besides Wendy, who's the most influential person in your life, and how does that person impact you?
Most influential person in my life. Probably my mother, I guess. I still have a very good relationship. Now she's 75 now, retired, but we still talk often. Well,
What has she taught you?
humility, respect, not to take life and yourself too seriously, humbleness,
Yeah.
work for your
Lovely.
money.
What's the best mistake you've ever made?
The best mistake. Okay. I was in Ghana for a state visit with German Chancellor Merkel, and we had to give a speech. But just before I went on stage, I changed my suit, and I had a different suit on, and I forgot that I had my speech in the inside of the other jacket. So when I walked on stage, I didn't have my speech with me. So after a moment of panic,
Oh my God.
I just did it freestyle, and it was probably the best speech of my life.
That is a great mistake to have made.
No, I didn't feel like it when you went on
Yeah.
on stage.
Davis. Can you give me a...
That day I forgot that night I forgot to bring my suit pants. So I only had chinos with me, and when I tried to put my suit on in the morning, I realized I had 2 suit jackets, but with only chinos. So Chancellor looked a little bit
That
surprised.
feels like you need a wardrobe assistant.
I don't know. I'm normally very organized, but that day, I
It was a
wasn't.
bad one.
No.
Where has luck come into your life? Where has it served you?
I would say probably the most in my youth. Luck in a way of making the right choices, not having a car accident. There was many opportunities that could have ended badly. We had other kids that had tremendous bad luck. I was always lucky in this sense. I had no issues ever, I guess. And so that,
So you're a lucky guy.
I guess. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
lucky, but you work hard, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your current state of mind?
Look, obviously this, the new job takes a lot of my time and energy at the moment. I'm like running around like I'm sort of pursued by the police. It always feels like every day I'm like running at, because everything's new, and so anyway, so that takes away a lot of my mind, getting things structured. We are restructuring the company completely, and that then together with the world being on fire, what I said earlier with the Ukraine, with unbelievable war in 2022, in the middle of Europe, stuff like that. Plus, the car industry is upside down. You need to develop the future, in terms of electric mobility, software, battery technology that costs a fortune. Like numbers are called up to invest that are you faint. At the same time, you got to earn that money with traditional cars, and still continue doing traditional cars for probably the next 10 years plus. So that's trying to balance all this and getting through this. We've got 660,000 people that work for Volkswagen. You've got a responsibility there that them and their kids need jobs going forward. So that's, I wouldn't say it doesn't give me sleepless nights, but it's definitely on my mind.
Yeah, it's a load. It's a big load.
Yeah. At the same time, obviously now relocating. Wendy and I moving now from Prague to Ireland. We found a home there now in Ireland. And
where is your home in Ireland?
County Wicklow. Beautiful, sort of 45 minutes west of Dublin. Beautiful place, little horse farm. Well, not so little, but the horse farm. And
not so little.
Oh well. Anyway, so so now we have to move and pack up, and how it is. We thought we now stay put at least for a little bit. Wendy's only been in Prague for a year. Now we literally just arrived, unpacked everything. Now we got to pack everything.
Sure. Go. Oh, that's hectic.
Yeah. That's why I said earlier, I should have stayed in PE. What the heck?
How's that wine cellar going? Are you filling it up again?
No. I'm actually off red wine. I don't know why. I'm totally off red wine after Corona.
That's amazing.
I don't know what happened. Both Wendy and I be like white wine.
No more
only.
red wine.
No?
Please tell me you're still drinking champagne.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel. Talking about Wendy, what is the one quality that you love in a woman?
Love in a woman. Wendy is extremely resourceful. She's and tremendously concrete and like matter of fact, getting things done. I would say, you can rely on her 100%. She's a fierce friend. If you cross her, she's also she can also be very cross, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's fierce. That's love.
Yeah, but unconditional love to me, and that's the main thing.
What's your greatest extravagance?
I don't know, probably suits.
What are you wearing today?
This is just a sort of a light jacket, but normally I buy my suits from South Africa, from a PE guy. What's his name? Willem. Willem from Z-Men. Yeah.
Does he send them over to Prague and Germany?
No, I bought a few before I left, and next time I go down, I buy a few again. They make custom-made stuff amazing. They've got a place in Cape Town, a place in Joburg. He's from PE.
That's amazing.
Yeah, his sister's in the real estate business here. I can't remember her name now. Anyway.
Well, that's something that we could give him a little false plug here. If you need a good suit.
Absolutely. No, I can recommend the guys.
So at your age now, what are you now unimpressed with that you used to be impressed with?
Unimpressed.
What unimpresses you that used to impress you?
I don't know. Don't think I've changed all that much. I was, when I grew up, I was obviously impressed with people driving big cars, and like wealth in general is,
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't matter, like big greater scheme of things. So
yeah,
we all got one life.
We all die in the end.
Yeah, nobody gets out alive.
What's the most ridiculous rumor that you've ever heard about yourself? Has there been one?
It's been a rumor about myself. I don't
None.
know. To-
Clearly,
I'm
you
drawing-
haven't heard any.
I'm drawing. I don't. I don't need to read. I don't even read my social media stuff because that's a couple of schmucks, commenting on it. You just get a bad mood.
Got no time for that anyway.
Yeah,
You're busy
yeah.
playing with the cars.
Yeah.
So, what do you think happens when you die?
I don't know. Also not interested actually.
That's a good answer.
No, I don't think about that at all. And honestly, I've never thought about
No,
it.
that's a great answer.
No, I'll probably stop talking, otherwise I'm putting my mouth. Okay.
Can you share with me a story about when you felt humbled about something?
Yeah. I was lucky that I could participate. We were busy doing a lot of stuff in Rwanda, in Kigali with Volkswagen, mobility and all that. So I visited the country a few times, and we did quite some revolutionary stuff with Volkswagen there, where nobody thought that could be done in Africa. We did that, and I love this country. So we got to see the. So every year they do a what do you call it? Remembrance of the beginning of the genocide. No, remember in 100 days, about 1 million people. Rwanda is 11 million people. 1 million people was killed in 100 days. It starts in April. 7th of April is the beginning of the genocide, and every year is a big event where that gets sort of remembered. With you meet people that are victims of the genocide. It's massive. It's at the Amahoro Stadium. It's a huge stadium with 30,000 people in it or something. And you meet victims, and they get to speak, to tell their story.
Wow.
And you get perpetrators that go on stage and tell their story. They killed people. And it's the most mind-blowing thing I've ever been to.
Makes you humble.
On a
Jeez.
whole different level.
So, what's the one thing that you can teach another human being or inspire another human being?
Maybe how to build teams and how to, get people to look at the bigger picture. Like guide people through a process of negotiations, stuff like that. Great at
How do you
negotiating.
do that?
Yeah, you gotta be obviously trying to get to know what people want out of it, really want. We always, and listen. I always spend a lot of time listening without not listening to reply, but listening to really understand what's going on and what really is behind. What does somebody want here and there, and then you're trying to knit this together into a bigger solution. Some bridge that both can go over, and find a solution that nobody's the loser in this game. If everybody wins a little bit or doesn't lose too much, then you move over that. And I've big part of my business life's been negotiations with governments, for incentive packages, for building new factories, all the stuff we did in Africa. So I love that. My father was a butcher, so he negotiated with farmers for price of cattle and stuff. So I always loved that. Drives Wendy absolutely nuts when I start working on people, but
Is your dad still alive?
yeah.
Yeah.
He still loves doing that. Drives my mom insane. So same pattern. But I love doing that. This is, when we lived in Malaysia, I loved going to the market and negotiate those people to death. So Wendy usually didn't want to come
Walks
along.
away.
Yeah, she walks away. embarrassed.
And then talking about travel, what's your worst travel experience?
Without a doubt, Niamey in Niger. we had to go to speak at the African Union conference about automotive. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. No, 3 years ago. So we had to fly from South Africa to Ghana. From Ghana, we had to hire a plane to fly to Niger, and this is just the biggest sandbox I've ever seen in my life, and it's a total hotspot for terror. so
No.
Yeah, you cannot walk for like 100 meters by yourself because there's Al Qaeda from the north, there's Al Shabaab from the east, Boko Haram from the west. It's like unbelievable. I don't know who the hell invited me and who the hell had this idea to get to this town. So I had Alec Irvin with me, the previous Minister of Trade and Industry in South Africa, and we decided to get the hell out of Dodge as fast as we could. No, I mean,
You didn't feel very safe at all.
no, I'm usually very relaxed traveling, but this was on a whole different level.
Talking about that adventure, what's an adventure still to be had? What travel experience would you still love?
Ireland, no? I mean, now I need to explore Ireland. I don't know too much about the country. I mean, I love Dublin and the place we live now, but we didn't have time to explore the rest of the country. Incredibly friendly people there, really super nice. English is a bit difficult to understand.
Totally, that accent.
Yeah.
And they've got very good beer there, right?
I even like Guinness now. I never thought that's possible, but fresh Guinness on draft. Man,
Yeah, but one of your greatest strengths is adaptability, right? So
yeah, no,
it
I guess.
goes with your drinking
Ireland
habits.
is beautiful. We must say it's a really beautiful country,
Yeah,
and it's not
beautiful.
always cold and wet. No, it's not like George.
No, I love Ireland. Gosh.
So that's the next
So
adventure.
do you have any daily routines that assist your and support you in your life?
Yeah, I basically get up every morning at 5. I go for a run, 10Ks. That helps me clear my mind, get my best ideas running, usually. And I love morning routines. I'm not a late night person. I'm better in the morning. And that's when I've got my best ideas. Then coming back and a cup of coffee, and it's
Settling the day.
my time. And then also here in Germany, even in winter, I go out in the dark, go for a run. This is my morning. I need this time by myself. It's the worst thing ever when I go to the office and didn't have time to do any sport and nothing. You come to the office and there are already people there queuing and wanting something from you. I like to get to the office.
Yeah.
Have a cup of coffee, look at my emails, then start the day in an orderly fashion. I hate disorder. Absolutely hate it.
Yeah, but it feels like even though you hate disorder, you have a great capacity for chaos.
Yeah, but I try to order chaos.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that you have a capacity for it.
Yeah, God, I can't stand so much. Like I am, I don't know, like one of the habits, I finish my emails every day. I do not leave the
You
office.
do?
I have
Oh my God.
I'm always à jour with my email. I hate looking into the inbox and you've got like 450,000 emails and you lose overview. I gotta stay in control there.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, obsessive compulsive.
No, I wouldn't say that, sorry. I think that's part of the job requirement. So what's on your billboard? What's your life mantra or your life motto? Something you would put, if you were 22, you would tattoo it.
I like this thing that from Jack Welch from General Electric, another former CEO. He said, life is it's like juggling balls. In your life, in the business life, you juggle a lot of balls, permanently, and you try to keep them all up in the air. Some fall down, then they bounce back up. So it carries on. He says, private balls, family balls are made of glass.
Oh, wow.
No? And then it's true. No, they don't never
They
bounce
drop.
back up. So you better, no matter how busy your life is, how busy your professional life is,
Wow.
nobody gives a damn afterwards. If you didn't pick up that one ball, but Your private ones are glass.
What gets you down?
Nagging. People nag at me.
Nagging.
And no, specifically, I'm very quick at getting things, and like some people tell me, explain something to me, I usually get it in 99% of it quickly. But if then we carry on and you explain to me from 6 other angles, and then again, and like,
I'm done.
Yeah, no, get on with it. No time. Let's some other topic. Or if I'm very forgetful in anything. Like if people do me wrong and they apologize, it's forgotten. Totally. I will never think back at it. Never. I don't know, it's my gene somehow. But I also, if give people money, or they borrow it from me, I totally forget about it. No, I totally forget it. If you don't remind me, that's.
Do I owe you money for that wine you sold me? No.
I don't think so.
You wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't.
What miracle do we need in the world today?
I would say if we could create more social business, we create social impact through business. Now, business is not only about making money; it's also about giving back to society and about investing a certain portion of it into something with purpose. I would say that would be a huge story for the world and for a miracle. I just had there's an event every year. It's called the Summer of Purpose in Munich. Great guy, Hans Reitz. He's doing social business only, working with Professor Yunus. The guy that invented the microloans in India, with like lending $1 to a person, you get them out of poverty and eventually and everything. And they just raised with Jennifer Lopez in the US, I think $17 billion for women for startup loans.
Oh.
I mean, stuff like that, makes you believe that there's still some good in the world. And if we could do more of that going forward, create opportunities, so usually small stuff, that kicks it off.
Yeah.
I'd say we're okay then.
No, it's certainly needed in Africa as well. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's also good stuff happening around there. There's great activity on, this farming, micro farming with, I can't remember the name. I think it's Win-Win Group from South Africa. They do, they give, like single women that are farming on like 2, 3, 4 square meters. They do like peppers, and they get paid with digital currency, and it's an amazing system. They from nothing they put like 60,000 women into jobs, that then spread out in their community and so on and so forth. So I think we need technology so far now that you could do a lot more and different stuff that we were never able to do before.
Yeah.
So it's just.
What's your take on crypto?
Never had it, never will.
See, it's just crashed anyway, so.
Yeah. No, not my field of expertise. It's the technology behind it, however. That's
blockchain. Yeah.
Yeah, blockchain. That's interesting for many applications.
I think that's going to change a lot.
Yep.
So, what are you most afraid of?
Spiders. Totally.
Will you run away?
South Africa was a real stretch for me, especially baboon spiders and shit like that. Jeez.
I know that. We have a lot of them here, as you know. And then a message for the people who know you in South Africa and PE and Newton Hague.
I would love to see the country, but also Eastern Cape and PE and surroundings. What's PE called now again?
Berger.
I'd love to see it strive. I truly believe that South Africa will get through this. It is just
sure.
Maybe, I don't know. It feels like the toughest time. No? When you guys, when you were in South Africa, last week or whatever. It's like ESCOM load shedding stage. I don't know what.
That's crazy.
Grass is not always green on the other side. I mean, make no mistake, there's huge issues elsewhere in the world, but I would love to see, this people coming back together and getting this, for a joint cause to fix the country and move on, especially move on. It's what I loved most about Rwanda. They kill 10% of the population. You're either a victim or a perpetrator, nothing else. There was nothing in between. So, and they put it behind themselves, same time, 1995. So it's something that this country has got the most amazing potential in human capital, in resources, in everything. There was a reason why every European stopped on the way down with their ship. It's a good reason for it, except for the spiders, obviously.
Except for the spiders. What are you currently reading? What is a book that you can recommend?
I'm reading at the moment. I'm reading Eckhart von Hirschhausen's German book. I don't think that's recommendable for you. It's the last English book I read.
Well, mostly I can't speak German or read German.
But it's also about saving the world kind of book, but really interesting, funnily written. He's a doctor, so he's talking about how to fix the world. Probably the best book I read in a long time was the 5 a.m. Club.
By Robin Sharma. Yeah.
Great book.
That's why you get up at 5 o'clock.
No, I always got up at 5 o'clock, but it reinforced my views on this.
Yeah, very good.
And
so
also,
what makes you?
It's only not about only getting up about getting up at 5. It's also about what do you want in your life. Focus. Spend some time to reflect and just think about it a bit. Don't just go with the flow.
It's a great book.
I think so.
What makes you feel alive? Like on fire?
I would say usually purpose. I always work best and most motivated when I see a purpose behind what I'm doing and the job. And then I must say, specifically since South Africa, it's been every job that I had a incredible purpose. You had the ability to change things. You had enough freedom, and that motivates me immensely. The job now is obviously on a different scale again, but it is still, to be responsible for such well-known brands in the world is a responsibility and a gift.
And a privilege, for sure.
Yeah, I get to, on Monday I get to have lunch with Ewan McGregor. He's our brand ambassador for the ID Buzz, the new electric combi. Yeah, we partnered up with Disney on Star Wars, and they have a big ad campaign with him as Obi-Wan Kenobi. So he's visiting Wolfsburg, and those are the perks of the job. Yeah, no.
So he wrote that book called The Long Way Down.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Down to South Africa. No, well, send him my love.
Okay. If I get to talk.
In fact, give him a hug from me. He's my hero.
No, not so sure about
that. Thomas, I'm wary of your time, so I'm going to ask you one more question, and then if you've got a few minutes, Gino's going to come and read some amazing responses we've got from people who know you.
Oh, okay.
Have you got time for that?
People still remember me.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay, good.
So my last question is, how would you like to be remembered? My biggest passion was always Africa, and I would love to be remembered as the guy that got the auto industry going in Africa. I know I stepped out of it now for a little while, but now I'm getting back to it. Believe me, there was going to be some acceleration coming up on this game, but we need to get this done. There is no, not to do it would be crazy. South Africa is highly dependent on Europe in exports. If that stops, and it looks on the horizon as if that would stop, South Africa would be a real problem. So you need a regional market. You need to get onto this topic, and we did this
I started it off, and we got the first successes and all that, but now we need to reinforce this and move it along. So if if somebody looks back and says, well, he was the guy that kicked this off, and I still remember the faces in the boardroom in Uitenhage when I told my board and the team that, hey, we are now going to Africa, we're going to make this happen, and everybody looked at me like, I know, I think he's lost it.
And you haven't, because it's still continuing now. You have left that legacy already.
No,
I mean,
I need to get some more fire under this topic there. No?
Thomas, we really miss you and we love you, and come and visit back again. Your place is still here, and it's been an honor and a privilege to talk to you, and thank you for your time. I know you're very busy, but I really, really appreciate it. So thank you from me.
Great pleasure. It's
How did you like the interview?
No, it was great. Thank you. Very easy. No funny questions.
Funny questions.
Quite probing. She can be quite probing, Sandy.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. I had an interview this morning at 7 already with where all the employees could ask questions online, and they were like,
boring.
Okay, that was some interesting stuff to tap dance a bit, but I survived, as you see. Anyway, it was great talking.
Yeah, it was lovely to see you, Thomas. I'm going to hand over to Gino.
Yeah, from my side, I wanted to find out about Formula One, because are Volkswagen going to join sometime, Thomas? I think you have enough clout to do that. Come on.
Now, the biggest problem with our company is that the brand and the company carry the same name, but it's not identical. So Volkswagen brand, which I'm CEO of, is all the cars that have a VW badge on it. No?
Okay.
Plus the Seat and Skodas and whatever. No?
Yeah.
And there's Volkswagen Group. No? So it's also called Volkswagen. The group is responsible for Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini, Bugatti, Bentley, blah, 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 all these. Wow. Yeah. So when it said in the news, Volkswagen is going into Formula One, that's not VW badge. That is Porsche and Audi.
Oh, Porsche and Audi. Okay. And what will they be doing it? Is it on track? I hope.
It depends on the rules. No? It all depends on what the future rules going to be. They're both considering. I think at least one will be in the game. But I'm not a great fan of Formula One. I'm like,
you don't like?
I don't like watch sport. I didn't even get to understand rugby while I was in South Africa.
Oh no. Well, let's have a quick look at and I know you were talking about the chips and stuff as well. I believe there's a worldwide shortage of chips there, and so that's probably, like you said, one of the problems. We've got a whole bunch of comments here. Let's have a quick look. Kathleen Booth says hi, Sands, and hi, Thomas.
Hi, Kathleen.
And Cheryl Reynolds, I see there too. Good to see. We miss you in PE, and indeed. So many people have come to us as well and said, well, we miss Thomas, he's great.
I miss PE too, believe me.
Yes, Dean Allen is our historian. He comes on our show every now and again. He says, my brother-in-law Ivo proudly works for VW in Bratislava.
Yeah, Slovakia.
Do you think that Germans make the best cars?
Why do you think Germans make the best?
Why do you think they make the best cars? Oh, she's just assuming. I'm Italian, you know.
Oh, no, come on. You might make fast cars, no? But not.
Yeah.
The best cars.
You make it look like a woman, too. You make the car look like a woman.
Yeah. Look, we're not fighting for 100% market share, so it's German engineers. Engineering is a big part of university here, and it's been. We had some incredible automotive icons. No? In our group, it was Ferdinand Piëch. No, he's the grandson of Ferdinand Porsche, the inventor of the Beetle and the founder of the company. And he was, brutal in no mistakes, the best gaps, the best fit, the best paint quality. Working for the guy was like, wow. And the whole organization went into that. So VW became a super precise company. That's our success today. When you look at VW quality, gaps, fits, and touch and feel, that was all Ferdinand Piech. He's the guy that brought us to that level. So, but in general, the Germans build good cars. I can't speak for the other companies. I don't know. Some of them are not there anymore.
Indeed, just very biased. You're very biased.
But I'm very happy I'm driving my T-Cross.
Oh, no,
Very good.
I've got little Ford. I've got, because you're pretty much the Henry Ford of Volkswagen, then, isn't it? I just from India. I see somebody from India there as well. You mentioned India earlier. Margot Muir is online. You actually mentioned globe. You said one of the words you used to describe yourself was global, and I find that quite interesting. So you don't. Do you have a home? Do you feel at home in one specific place?
Wherever my wife is, that's fine. I'm not. No, it's really like this. I'm like a sailor in this. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I like places better or worse, no, but I don't really bother too much. I always find the best in where you live, and wherever we live in the world, I find some positives, and we focus on this. If I could choose, I would probably live in South Africa, no, but commute is a bit far, no.
And love how you and Wendy are such a close-knit team, says Sue Hageman as well.
Hey, Sue.
And I see Bobby Cheatham says there that Wendy will enjoy the horses, so you've got a whole lot of horses. My wife is super jealous, Philippa. She's super jealous of you now because you've got horses.
And you live in Ireland.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I can't recommend buying horses. You
can't. It's like buying a boat. Your best day is when you buy the boat and then when you sell it.
Check what Irish whiskey is on the menu for the media get-togethers.
There we go.
I gotta get into this topic. I'm not a very strong spirit guy, but I probably have to get into whiskey tasting eventually.
Well, I'd love to get the Irish going. Wendy, Sean, fantastic conversation, fascinating conversation.
Get on to the bottom one. Why did you move from Mercedes?
Oh, why did you move from Mercedes?
Mercedes is a pretty small company, when you think about it, even globally. It's I made it all the way to the top there, and it was too small, literally too small. And the company values and the strategy and the sort of the way they treat people, I couldn't continue with. I've got different values, and then I decided 10 years ago to quit after 22 years. And it's not you're part of something. It's not easy to leave something like this, but VW is a huge company with all these brands and these regions worldwide stuff. It's so much more to do and so much more purpose. The people's car is so much more as a brand. We now, when we showed the electric bus, the ID bus, globally, you cannot believe the love that you get. It's unbelievable. People love the combi, the electric combi. This reminds them of the first combi. No matter whether it's in the US, whether it's in Brazil, it's in Europe, people have their stories with it. It's amazing. And I love working for brands with purpose, and that's why I think I'm at the right place.
It's absolutely crazy that a car that is built by Germans who are engineering and everything has to be so precise, and yet it's a car that's embraced by hippies. The combi.
At the time, yeah. No, but it's an icon. No, it's we didn't think that it would have such an impact, but it really has. So we're now ramping it up, and everybody's crying for the car. Everybody wants it, and. We have no chips, we have no batteries. It's like, Anyway, folks, I gotta go.
Thank you so very much, Thomas. You're a star. Thank you for being on the show.
Me.
Thank you for joining us, Thomas Schaefer. Thank you very much, and we'll enjoy. We'll see you again at some stage. I'm sure they're loving you to come back sometime.
Come to Ireland. We give you whiskey. Bye.
Lovely. Ciao. Oh, Thomas Schaefer, what an amazing interview. And he's, just and quite frank and open. I mean, it's CEO of Volkswagen International. That's like I said, it's a huge company. So Mercedes was too small.
Yeah, but it's just amazing, and he's the right guy for the right job.
Yeah. Well, Sandy, thank you very much. I think that was fantastic.
Well,
Sandy's coffee break indeed. Getting to the heart of the matter, Sandy. And I see such an awesome guy. Thank you, Liesl Beasley. And we're going to do a little competition now as well. I've got, I think if Philippa can do it, you can bring in the screen. There we go. Choose that broadcast there, and we'll find the people that are on. You have to go to the screen that side, Phil. There we go. No.
Find the best view.
Okay, all right. She's finding the best view first, and then she's gonna. We're gonna do the competition where we find the person who's going to win the Fitch and Leeds tonight. We've got oh dear, we won't be able to. I see it. Oh, here we go. Go for a draw. There we go. We're going to do it. 19 people I see we've got on there now. Going to see who's going to win the Fitch and Leeds for us tonight, and it looks like Rob Taylor. Rob Taylor, fantastic. The music is. I'm gonna put the music on if Sandy can do the dance. Thank you so much for joining us on Gino's Spot. Thank you to our sponsors, Spa, and congratulations to our winner. We'll see you on Tuesday next week. On Tuesday next week we have Yolanda Bukani. Yolanda Bukani is going to be next week on Tuesday. And she is incredible. She's a law student. She got a law degree. She's got her own businesses that she runs. She is a spa brand ambassador, and she's a cancer survivor. So we're going to talk to Yolanda about that next week. It's going to be amazing. Tuesday. You go down right to the bottom, Phil, and then we'll scroll down to the bottom there with that screen there, and then you'll see the music right at the bottom there. There we go. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Woo! Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's Spot.
Gino's Spot.
Get to Gino's Spot.
Gino's Spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's Shot.
Get to Gino's Spot.
Gino's Spot.
Get to Gino's Spot.
Gino's Spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's Spot.